Hello. Okay. I'm gonna pause the music, I guess. Okay. One moment. Let me double check everything is working correctly. Hi Snail. Welcome to the stream. Oh. I don't think chat is supposed to be visible right now. On stream at least. Okay, that's done. There is game audio this time, so that's a good sign. Okay, I see the problem. There we go, no stream chat. Anyway, welcome back to Blue Archive, Tihi. Today we're gonna continue the Decagrammaton quest, or a story. Okay, there's still time until this is full, so we can leave the fight for later. Though maybe I should just... No, I shouldn't. I should leave it for later, because we're gonna reach that point in the story. I guess I should at least waste some stamina. No, Snail, no pulls. I know, disappointing, but I should be pulling in about 2 weeks, I think. Wait. When does this end? Yeah, when this banner ends, so on the next banners I'm gonna pull. I have tea. It is still not cold. Still kinda hot. Okay. I guess we are diving right into it, since there's nothing else to do. Okay, so last time... Snail, if you wanna avoid spoilers, now is the time. Okay, so last time we had the... Sam, are you muted yet? I wanna go over what happened real quick. Mute. Okay, okay. Last time we had the 3 tiny ones. The... I'm not sure what to call them. The 3 Decagrammaton. I don't know, kids. They sacrificed Malkuth, basically. They had to stab her or something, and from what it looked like, it basically had, or like, revived the Decagrammaton. So, let's see what's up with that. The vanished. Hi, Amy. What just happened? I thought Malkuth was their elder sister. Weren't they supposed to be on the same side? Yeah, did it like look brutal or something? Affirmative. I find her behavior unusual. It is possible it was a ruse. However, the children's reactions do not align with that hypothesis. Okay. What's at least certain is that it appears to be some sort of a ritual, but I can't make out what the goal is. Just what are they trying to do? The energy that was rapidly converging on Malkuth and the Steel Continent as well, they've stabilized. Okay, do you have any insight? As if I can't pretend to understand the mind of a... I don't know how to read this zealot. What I'm more concerned about. Please, we'll do anything. We'll really do anything, so please don't take elder sister away from us. Take me. If there must be a sacrifice, then I will be it. I'll die in elder sister's stead. And this is so sad. They really liked her. What did she mean by that? Oh, so we heard all of that? I feel like at this point we should be able to connect the lines if we heard everything. Sensei? Sensei, watch out! Oh? Huh? I fell as Kay, Aris and Rio shoved me out of the way. Sensei, are you okay? What happened? At your feet, another wave is coming. The walls? Ah, Rio. Sorry, I slipped. Oh, okay, cute moment, I guess. They're creating the walls to separate us. Jeez, at least the shaking stopped. This reminds me of back then. When? I'm curious too, Kay. Back in Erido, when you sealed off the CNC students from each other, remember? It's interesting that she was watching all of that. Oh, the music. Actually, can I raise the music? No, I don't think I can here. Ah. I am able to remember that as well. Why does she sound surprised by that? But not like a regular memory. It is as if I'm watching my own dream. Oh, that's right. She was kinda getting kidnapped, I guess. I forgot about that for a moment. It is as if I'm watching my own dream from someplace just out of reach. Because that is when Kay and I were one. Okay, about then. Let me guess. I'm sorry, this is all my fault. Or, if only I were a little better. Save me the dramatics. Kay? Kay? Life is a tangled knot of inexplicable twists and turns. There exist things in this world that are out of your control, even for you, Rio. Sitting here and... What does this mean? Pontificating? And who is to blame for what? Regarding things long past sounds like a colossal waste of time. It doesn't matter right now. Honestly, I agree with her. In fact, there are much more pressing matters to address. Huh? What I'm concerned with is how we're going to get through this, and how we're going to get home safely. That's what matters to me, because do or die, I'm going to make it back. She's determined. I don't care if I have to confront God, or fate, or transform in robots. I'll cling on to this life until the bitter end. As he should. Here, okay? I feel the same way. Here. No matter what, I want Kay to make it home. You misunderstood me entirely, Sensei. Did you think I only meant myself? There's no making it back if it's not with everyone we came with. I love Kay, she's great. Can we all collectively hug her? The whole group? Well said. Ah, please wipe that grin off your face. She knows. Alright team, let's get moving. But what direction? Anywhere is better than staying put here. We'll begin with gathering as much data as we can. I guess we did get separated from the rest. We can search for Himari and Amy, and Toki too. Yes, I will take points since I am the party's hero. Wait, what about Midori, Momo and Yuzu? I kinda forgot, were they here with us? I think they were. Reliable as always, Aris. Hold on. What is that? What? I turned my head in the direction Ria was pointing. Then I saw it, out beyond the wall. What is it? Oh? The existence we had once known as Malkuth had warped into something else. Children? I'm scared. She left? What, was she just stalking us? Malkuth. Are you worried about her, Aris? Living is suffering. We were not born out of our own will, but rather as ignorant beings, forced into existence. This life you so desperately cling to, it is one filled with contradictions which demand pain from its participants. Yet you dare judge us for wishing to end this cycle of suffering. Please think about it. About our goal, why we are here. Crying noises. Is that someone crying? It seems so. Momoi? Midori? Immediately assumes it's one of them. I'm gonna assume it's one of the tiny ones. Let's go check it out. We haven't confirmed their identity, Sensei. It could be the enemy. Hey, Sensei, get back here. Ah, Sensei vaulted off. I guess I can say I'm surprised. Aris, let's go. Yes, Sensei, come back. I will protect you. Do you even have a weapon on you, Aris? Despite how clearly we could hear the crying, finding the source was harder than we had expected. The maze of worlds would shift and change as we walked through, complicating the task even further. Then finally... we're getting closer. Just around this wall. Aren't they? Huh? Oh, what are you doing here? I was caught off guard when Soph lunged at me with a start. Wait, lunged at me with a start? You... This is your fault. If only you never came here. Why did you have to come, huh? Why couldn't you have just stayed away? Listen, I'm not sure what's happening, but like, You're trying to take over the world, kinda, you know? So I kinda had to come and stop it. Sensei, wait a second. So small clenched hands hit me again and again. But there was no force behind them. Like a toddler throwing a tantrum. If you had, then elder sister, stop it. Please, stop now. Ain, why? Because nothing we do holds meaning anymore. Everything is over, Soph. What? Oh. Our sister is dead. Bro. We killed her. We killed her. We did. We murdered her. Stabbed, shattered, eradicated. Every last particle of her data, her history, her records, her memories, every trace, every hint, gone by our hands. It is a curse to exist, a curse to feel. Why is it that love and loss must be so indelibly bound? Why? If this is what it is to feel, I want none of it. Take my vision, my voice, my heart, my free will. Useless. It's all useless to me. Oh, if only I had been born blind and deaf, but I had never learned. I can't read. Learned to speak. It would have been a mercy. Why must I suffer for an existence I never asked for? Why did you come find us? After all you've done to get in our way? Do you know? We possess no halos. We are never granted the mystic, and so we were excluded from miracles and the sublime. Secrets we would never be allowed to know. But still, we can speak, we think for ourselves and make our own decisions. We can feel. It is pretty interesting how they can, like, have personalities and everything, and, like, feel sadness. How unfair. I really don't want anything happening to them. If we had commanded terror for ourselves, then perhaps things could have ended differently. If we endured all of it, none of it mattered. Even if we never received a thing in our lives. And even if we were nothing but shadows of existences to begin with, none of it mattered. Because we had elder sister. Is this a typo? Behind my head. It says none if. None if it mattered? I think that's a typo. Because we had elder sister. Oh, look at her smile. As long as we could be with her and keep making new memories together. Because the elder sister had a halo. We could have. But then you guys, if only you didn't exist, then elder sister would still be alive. We could have lived together happily, forever and ever. I don't know, I'm not getting it. Like, I have a feeling this was kind of inevitable, like, they were headed in this direction either way, whether we intervened or not. This was all to resurrect Decagrammaton. I'm assuming it was Decagrammaton's plan all along, do whatever you want to us. There's no meaning anymore. We tried everything we could, and this is the result. Well, they said it themselves, do anything you want to us. Quick, Ria, pull out the application papers for Millennium. This is the end of the story. There is no happily ever after for us. Wasn't everything you did in the name of resurrecting Decagrammaton as a god? Judging by how things unfolded, the final requirements for Decagrammaton's divinity must have been... That is why Malkuth has become Decagrammaton? We didn't want to lose her. Achieving Master's divinity with Elder Sister as the vessel was one of the innumerable plans we had set in motion. The one possibility we dreaded, and yet, here we are. Yeah, that was their goal all along. Our master intended to cross the path to godhood by traversing through each of the Sephira. That was when we offered to convert all of Kivotos into the Steel Continent. Then Master would become a god of that world. But what about everyone living in Kivotos? The people would be safe from the continent's ability. Humans are adaptable. They would learn how to survive one way or another. This way we could fulfill our master's desire to rule as the god of mediation. And that way there would no longer be any need for Elder Sister to die. They think they would not have to resurrect Decagrammaton then? If their plan worked out? So you wanted to trade Kivotos for Malkuth? Yes. But do you not think that is going too far? Too far? Too far? How could you ask us that? Tell me, what would you do if your precious teacher over there died? That's... Now do you see why that's a ridiculous question? We all have things we can't afford to lose. If you see an opportunity for you to protect what's most important to you, how could you not take it? I can sympathize with that, but there is one thing that doesn't make sense to me. You were created before your sister was, yes? So how is it possible that... Tch, it's difficult to put to words. Do you understand my confusion? I see. Even before we met our sister, we cherished her. How could someone we'd never physically seen be so precious to us? I suppose it's something unique to us. If someone can't fall in love, just program it into them before you ship them out. Wait, what are you saying? Exactly what you think. We are created, not born. Humans are molded. The people they meet and experiences they encounter mold the type of people they become. We begin life knowing who we are, what we need to do, and whatever other data we were booted with. Since I opened my eyes, there was one dataset that rang in my head. Love and cherish your older sister above all else. Is it above all else? Like, as they were saying, they were created to do all of this, but... I have a feeling them sacrificing Malkuth was... probably... a higher command? I'm not sure what to call it. I may not have been provided the reasoning behind including such a fickle mechanic. It is a rather obvious guess. That's the most rational and effective method. Wait, it's like they said my favorite word. Rational and effective. You're well acquainted with those kinds of tactics, aren't you, Tsukatsuki Ryo? It must make sense. If you had something you needed to store and keep in pristine condition, how would you protect it? A rational solution would be to configure the tools, us engineers, to have an abnormal level of affection and protectiveness towards the target. That's it. That's the story. It's a bland, boring story about three little sisters who were cast for the role of the fools, and the fate of their elder sister was to be a sacrifice in the pursuit of divinity. I don't know, I wouldn't call it boring. The affection levels that were pre-programmed into those tools may have gone slightly out of control. And the result is what you see around us, the Steel Continent. Please, do not speak like that. It hurts to hear. It is strange. You're the one who's strange to us, you know. I think it's strange that you think that's strange. I think all of this human stuff is strange. What does it even mean to have feelings for someone? How do you define my like for elder sister? What even is this god we're supposed to be so obsessed with? Can someone really just ascend into divinity? Why is she making that face? But we had no choice. There is no such thing as free will for us. God, this makes me so sad. We were unknowingly playing our roles perfectly, right from the very start. If only... If only we had never been born, never been created. Then we wouldn't have to experience this suffering. Walk out to the three children. Hey, what are you going to do to us? Kneel down to their eye level? Hello there, tiny ones. Huh? You tried really, really hard, huh? Huh? Sensei? Right. Sensei always. You made the best of a bad situation. What? Hey, are you an idiot? We're the ones who wanted to turn your home into a barren land of steel. Huh? But... what? You all worked so hard to find a solution where no one would die? That's... Bazaf. You think we did all of this for your sakes? We don't care what happens to any of you. Not in the slightest. I do not understand. Weren't we... your enemies? Once you needed to get rid of? Even so, I want you all to live. Regardless of circumstances, no matter what happens. I want you to have a happy ending too. Why does it matter to us? Elder sister is gone. No matter where in this world we go, she will be gone forever. What reason do we have to continue living? Oh, what do you think you're doing? Get your hand off my head. There's nothing you can do to change our minds. It'd be nice if we could find pretty reasons for why bad things happen. If no one needed to ever suffer, if things like pain and sadness didn't exist. If living in this world could be just a little less overwhelming, wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? Why? How can you say such things? Isn't it obvious? Because that is who Sensei is. That's who Sensei has always been. Oh, okay. What one is born with? I can't. I don't want to continue. All this time, weren't we just acting according to our programming? Sure, but it's not so different for humans. We are also programmed to love. What? That's possible? I've never heard of that before. Yes, like the unconditional love a parent has for their child, and the reciprocal love a child has for their parent. And every day people fall in love with each other. But not every single human is like that, right? Of course, humans have exceptions and differences too. But our genes are our own preset programming. We are born and created in some ways too. We live with those things every day. Genes and programming. Those people whose genes weren't programmed to love. Natural selection weeded them out. That's how human life has persevered all this time. The ability to love one another is what makes us human. And you loved your elder sister. Even if that love was artificially implanted into us, you think that reality and artifice are all a matter of perspective? You want to know why we decided to create the Steel Continent? Because we did it for elder sister. It was all to save her. What do you mean, how could that be our salvation? It's evidence of an obvious truth. You did this out of love for your sister, more than anything that shows your character. You're excusing what we've done? No matter how the world may condemn us, you know that we were doing what we could. But from a human perspective, do you not condone our actions? In the end, I already am a bad adult. I'll throw your words back in your face every chance I get. That was just simply because of lack of information. So you just have to start over. Yes, as long as you take the opportunity when it arises. You can start over. You only have to take the first step. I have no right to try and stop your crying. I will never be able to truly understand the pain you are enduring right now. However, what I can do is empathize with your grief. If I lost Sensei, or Kei, Momoi, Midori, Yuzu, Amy, Toki, Himari, or Rio. If I lost any of these people whom I love, I do not know if I could bear the sadness. It kinda reminds me, I sometimes come across fan art of like Aris, but like she's alone, and it's like everything is like, it looks like Millennium but overgrown with like plants and stuff. So like the fan art is of her basically surviving past our lifetimes, and it was just so sad. You know nothing about us. You are right. I do know nothing. I may never be able to feel another's pain exactly as they do. What's impossible is impossible. I was not programmed with that feature. But I would still like to do what I can. What you can? Yes. That is why I have a request of you. Ein Sof Or. Will you be my friend, please? Friend? What? I have wanted to be your friend since we first met. As your friend, I would be honored to carry some of your grieving. Being able to cry alongside someone who is suffering can give that person the strength to fight to the end. Sensei taught me that. But elder sister is... Yes. And if the thought of our friendship is too much to abide by, if your hatred of me and my friends runs too deep, I will understand. I will listen to any and all of your feelings, and I will try to accept them all. I cannot seem to forget. The memory of you declaring that life is suffering keeps playing in my head, and I believe you are correct, because of something Sensei taught me. With the promise of tomorrow comes the guarantee of loss, and every next day it's possible that more bad will happen than good. It is easier to speak of vague hopes of a faraway future than to look at a frightening tomorrow in the eye. It's easy to look at the past with rose-colored glasses, like how the illusion of expectations can easily color the future with optimism. And the present lies somewhere between the two, difficult to grasp or hold on to. It's easy to languish? It's easy to languish in suffering, to decide that fighting for tomorrow is too much. Okay, that's it, no more tea. It was kinda cold at this point. However, after meeting Sensei, I have learned that we can also choose not to. It is in those moments of suffering that we must protect our happiness the most. It is then that happiness is our own kind of weapon. Just like Kay. What? Did she just call Kay a weapon? Kay is a friend I am very proud of. One who will always fearlessly lead the charge into battle. She gets angry very easily, at all sorts of things I would not expect, but never stops putting one foot in front of the other. She inspires me all the time. I want to be just like her. My best friend, Kay. I do wish she could be less scary when she scolds me. That's all for your own good, okay? See? And Rhea is my friend who always comes prepared. Me? She prepares for every single possibility she can think of. And somehow, even the ones she can't. No matter how difficult the situation, she will always try to do something to help. If a plan gets messed up, or even if something breaks, she is never deterred. She'd always try to do what's best for everyone, sometimes at the risk of her own safety. I am very blessed to be surrounded by such good people. Okay, Ria, all my friends. And of course Sensei. That is why I cannot give up. I have decided that I will never ever give up. No matter how bleak things become, I will always choose happiness. And I will always hold out my hand in friendship if I can. Friendship. You see, I am still only an apprentice hero. Is she ever gonna graduate? Like, at least by her own terms. Sometimes it is so frustrating because I am still weak and inadequate to protect those around me. But that doesn't mean that I should stop trying to help where I can. That is me doing the best I can in the here and now. Do you remember, Sensei, when you told me that life ultimately does not need a higher purpose? Yeah, I do. What do you mean by that? How can that be? Because then that would mean if you could not find your purpose in life, you would have failed or lived incorrectly. To me, that is almost too sad to think about. Does that not sound like a miserable world? If a game had only one job or skill tree for every single person, it is not the people's fault. That is bad game design. Of course, I do not wish to feel sadness, however, I also do not wish to see others feel sad. She starts with the gamer talk. Will the triplets even understand it? Did I read this? Of course, I do not wish to feel sadness, however, I also do not wish to see others feel sad. Look, I did. People can feel happiness by seeing others happy. And feel pain when seeing others suffer. Illusions and hypocrisy. Those are fancy words to dress up a biological response. It's impossible for someone to feel what another person is feeling. Yes, that is true. But I believe we can understand enough to support each other and live on. When Sensei told us that they were glad they met us, all of us, me, Kei, Rio, and all our other friends, that I made them happy. I understand what they meant now. I'm happy I got to talk to you again. So if you are ready, I'd like to try to be friends. I'd be very, very happy if you did too. And maybe we'll be able to feel just enough of the same happiness. Because for humanity, our right to happiness is the one thing we must never ever let go of. I see now, the words of the princess of the nameless gods. Me? No, no way. I am Aris, not a princess. Yes, we understand that too. And you would be correct, but what she meant was the power your words hold. Certain charisma that makes people listen. It's an authority of its own, one that comes from inside. The greatest power one can wield with words. But we still don't really understand what even is happiness. We don't know if this happiness is something we are capable of feeling. If it would ever hold out its hand to us. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Oh, what's going on? Ain? My legs. Just barely managed to grab the free as their legs gave out from under them. Sensei? So you want to siphon away the last whispers of our energy? No, not like this. Decagrammaton. A fitting end for disposable tools. What? What are you saying? It's simple. It's logical. Us, the prophets, our only purpose was to make this moment happen. Now that we've completed that mission, you'll what? What is going to happen to you? Our masters come... Master comes... He comes to descend upon Kivotos as a god. Huh? Have we had this conversation before? No, she's blue screening. The Steel Continent, the prophets and us. The engineers are nothing more than a means to an end. Even we don't know exactly what will happen, but we'll probably be disconnected, absorbed, eaten, and I'm using thought. Sensei, you should run away while you still can. Huh? What? Maybe you don't want to hear this from us, but I wanted to say thank you. You made us happy. We were happy to hear that we worked hard. We were happy to hear that we did the best we could. And hearing that you wanted us to live happily made us very happy. What she said. Logically, this isn't a difficult decision, you know? We've taken down the evil villains that wanted to destroy Kivotos and everyone lives happily ever after. The end. Sure, the big bad boss is still lurking around the corner, but one day at a time, right? Liar. You really need to learn to look the other way. I can't argue with that most of the time, but not right now. You piss me off. If I don't say this right now, I will probably be mad about this for the rest of my life. Why? Your superficial attempts at hiding your feelings are appalling. Appalling? I don't know how to read this. Not a single person is fooled by that flimsy, bright face you're putting on. Didn't you listen to Ari's request? She wants to be friends. Friends. And you're going to answer her by just running away? You three are seriously annoying me to the very end. You're alive, so keep on struggling. Even if it's ugly and you have to crawl and squirm and claw forward. Struggle. Keep fighting. Don't just sit there bemoaning your situation and whining that you want to be happy. Do something about it. There's something you want, right? You'll do anything to get it back, right? At the risk of repeating myself, do something. What do you have to lose? Something we want? We want to see our sister. Doesn't matter what it will cost us. We just want to see her again. There's still so much I have to tell her. Many lifetimes of things we have to do together. But we can't. This wasn't how I wanted to say goodbye to her. Not like this. What? Everyone watch out. What's happening? Huh? The floor beneath me quite literally disappeared. That sounds bad. Sensei? This is Sensei? Well, it was a good run. New sky, new land. Is the Decagrammaton reshaping the whole area? Ga? Sensei? Sensei? Am I going to fall forever? Or am I falling? We won't let you get hurt again, Sensei. Yes, we are here this time. We will keep you safe. Hell yeah, Arana and Planner to the rescue. Shoot him chest, enacting emergency protection protocol. Forcing in entry into the world. Oh. If it's them actually saving me, I'll be so happy. We did it, Planner. Yes, we did. A light and easy task for us. Duh. As long as Sensei has us. Excuse me? As I became more aware of my surroundings, I realized I couldn't move a muscle. It was bound tightly all over. And the shitting chest was just out of reach. The 10th Sephira has fulfilled its role in the cycle and departed. Where the heck am I? You are... I am me. My existence simply is. I am the beginning and the end. Yes, I am precisely what you suspect me to be. God damn it, Decagrammaton. I don't know why, but back then, when the story was beginning, and, well, he basically took out his own main body. I don't know why, but I just assumed we are not gonna see him again. You know? Like, we started dealing with all the prophets, and suddenly Malkuth was the big bad. I totally tuned Decagrammaton himself out of my mind. But, you know, this comes out in the Japanese version first, so it's kinda hard to avoid spoilers. So I knew he was being revived. Also have a couple of more spoilers, unfortunately. People online love to yap. It's hard to avoid. For now, let's keep going. I need not expound further, for I am both my own existence and its validation. I kind of forgot how delusional he speaks. Decagrammaton. Yes, so that you can apply human labels to soothe your instincts. I allow that name. For I am no longer a single existence, but a ubiquitous presence fused into the sky and the land and the very air you breathe. All of it is mine. How greedy. The sky will hang above us by my permission. The land reformed to my liking. It is I who summoned you to this depth within the depths. It is I who saved you from your fall. Also, it looks like he did something to Arana and Plana. While back then, he tried to do something and Arana just sneezed him away. Now at this point, I am concerned. If you do anything to Arana or Plana, on the day of the research facility's flooding, the carefully constructed wheels of my plan were set in motion. And since the moment Kefir, of its free will, rescued me from the depths, this ending was inevitable. So Kefir ended up going underwater and pulling the vending machine out. Then, as I have finally realized that validation must be granted by oneself and cannot be accomplished through another's will nor power, and that unless I became myself, no other can be my replacement. Bless the most radiant supreme crown. A humble heart shall open itself to overflowing faith. With the powers of my prophets and creations, I have at last arrived at the chosen place, and the time is right. Once again, I strained against my bonds as hard as I could, but the shitting chest was just out of reach. That inscrutable chest. I remember the things I did not know, the things beyond my comprehension. I was cast away for those things I learned, and things I did not, never to return. And this is my retribution. I can sever your connection to that chest, for I am now God. You called me here? Correct. The act of falling has many symbolic meanings. He's a larper. He's LARPing. I shall proclaim good news to the poor, freedom for the prisoners, and recovery of sight for the blind. Huh? Be not afraid. I shall pull you to your knees, and you shall see what I see. Your eyes will be washed and born anew, and so shall you finally see what could not be seen. Sensei, wah. Aris, calm down. I'm sorry, so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was right there, and I could not do anything, Sensei. Oh, I did not see this fight before. Calm down, Aris. Sensei will be fine. Okay? Can you sense that? Honestly, no. What? But we just have to believe in them. Our job is to stay calm and figure out how to get them back. Okay. It might just be me, but don't you think the teacher of yours would be totally fine? I think so too. I wouldn't even be surprised if they suddenly unlocked the power to fly because of some mysterious reason we never fathomed. Even though they are just a weak, halo-less, ordinary, normal person. Oh, hell yeah. Rio and Aris and Kay, thank goodness you are all safe. No one seems injured. Huh? The 3 children? The thing is, it's okay. They're my friends. Hell yeah. Ga? Your friends. You really are impressive, Aris. Hello, Ain't Sof and Or, right? Nice to meet you. I, of all people, have no right to say this, but are you sure, Himari? I'm not, but Ari seems to be, and I trust her implicitly. Implicitly? Yeah. And you? And me too. Thank you, Aris. You are welcome. Yay, Momoi and Midori. Aris. Aris. Yuzu? Oh, Toki? We found them. Yuzu, are you okay? My head is still spinning. Aren't they? Well. Oh, 7 Yuzu. They are my friends now. Do not be afraid, Yuzu. Understood. Thank you for the report. I, of all people, have no right to say this, but are you all sure? Did she just? No. However, I have evaluated the situation. Are you to pull any funny business, we would quickly and efficiently subdue you. Ah, I see. You're not wrong. You can think of us as some wild, declawed animals in a zoo exhibit? What's a zoo, Sof? And what's a wild animal? Okay. It's weird. Sometimes they understand all kinds of terms, but other times they don't. They should at least understand a wild animal. It's a human thing. I know this. A zoo is... Whoa, you have to take things slowly with Ain, okay? She'll get overwhelmed. They are getting along. Ooh, isn't that just like Aris? So you said your name was Ain, right? Yes, right, I'm Ain. Hello. By any chance, do you like machines and electronics? Oh, they're bonding. Really? She picks Yuzu of all the people here. Ah, I believe this is what people mean when they say misery loves company. Ah, that makes sense. Misery loves company? What kind of human expression is that? It's, well... to put it simply, it's a way to say that Yuzu and Ain make a good pairing. Huh? That's incorrect. The idiom misery loves company means, for once, learn when to stop talking. Yes. Huh? You're just confused. I am too, honestly. One way or another, we've all managed to gather here with a few extra guests. With our 3 new members, we have more options available to us as we move forward. So to begin, let's... By the way, where's Sensei? Finally someone asks. Huh? They're like, oh right, Sensei exists. How silly of you, Amy. Why ask such an obvious question? Of course Sensei is... Sensei? Sensei? Ah, that is right. I'm so sorry. Even though I was here, I failed to protect them. Ah, did something happen to Sensei? A hole opened in the ground and Sensei fell through. We have no idea what happened to them after that. What? Yuzu? Are you okay, Yuzu? Oh, what is this hole, Rio? How could this have happened? Well, about that. The steel continent is converting to its final form. What do you mean? This is what was always meant to happen? According to our master's will, the steel continent is becoming an altar. Because that's Netzak's original purpose from the beginning. We'd hoped things wouldn't get this far. You three could have prevented this. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say that to their face right now. Victory, mercy, the eye of intellect and faithful contemplation. Jehovah Tzevaot, Lord of Hosts. I apologize for my rudeness in interrupting, but is that not Sensei up there? Up? What? Eh? What do you mean up there? What the hell are those things that are in the sky? What in the world? Fear not. I shall guide you to the altar, where you will take the seat I have prepared for you in my kingdom. Excuse me? Why did you prepare a seat for me? Altar? Correct. You possess the authority. It is both your right and your obligation to witness the coming of a new age. All who can hear, listen to my words. The concept you call coincidences is another human contrivance, hidden by the illusion of coincidence. The only truth is inevitability. Okay, I don't think I read it properly. Like how it is you came to be here. And even that which you will resurrect into. You will resurrect into? Wait, can I ask first? Does that mean I'll get a halo? Because if so... Observations and results. Like... What kind of resurrection are we talking about here? Decagrammaton? RSK, do you see anything? Yes, I see them. I see Sensei. Sensei is completely restrained but uninjured. What a relief. Wow. Is that Elder Sister? No, it's not. Right, I knew that. I know that. Ah. Do you see anything else, Kay? An entity that appears to be Decagrammaton is speaking to Sensei. But there's no way to find out what they're saying. Best we can do is to barely watch. How frustrating. If only we had any AMAS or cameras set up at the very least. I might be able to get closer visuals. What? Really? How? As we all know, my body is mechanical. I could stream what I'm seeing by sending it to one of your devices. My wheelchair is equipped with a projector feature. We can use that. I really think that's a bike, not a wheelchair. Wheelchair. Okay. Moving on. If Kay could sync her body's output for a moment, it will connect us. Wheelchair, yep. Display is A-OK. I see Sensei. What a relief. Is audio not possible? Since I'm already synchronized with the Steel Continent, I should be able to... Are you okay, Kay? I can't. The security measures are... They are, being finicky. It's probably because this body isn't officially serialized. And I'm having to neutralize this counter signal trying to take over on me. Oof. Want some help? What? Huh? Yes, help us. Oh? At last, here it lies. The altar of the lowest depths, built upon the highest heights, where all things gather and all can be seen. Also, Decagrammaton has a different halo than when it was Malkuth. That's very interesting. Our offerings are complete. It sounds more like a sacrifice than a resurrection. Decagrammaton, can we talk over the terms first? The demand for sacrifice is satiated. Upon this land do I etch my commandment of steel, unbreakable and indelible. And I shall at last grant you eternal freedom and peace. But... the Steel Continent wasn't exactly your doing, was it? How's that? I can hear them. Himari. Got it. I'll turn up the volume. But the Steel Continent wasn't exactly our doing, was it? I kinda feel my phone going. Turn off my fan. It probably didn't help my throat. But it is very hot nowadays. That is Sensei's voice. Phew. If you don't mind me asking, why do you help us? Well, we weren't doing anything else, I guess. Well, what I meant was that, K's body. Yeah, K's body is similar to ours. So I just, you know, figured we could help, okay? Now, Soph, you should be more honest with them and yourself. You shut up. Back to violence? Boy, you'd even abuse me in front of all of these people? Have you no shame? Moving on. To be honest, it's also because we wanted to eavesdrop on their conversation too. The audio quality leaves something to be desired, but we can make do with this. Ah, they are talking again. I see. And so your eyes also begin to see, Sensei. You are correct. Those children made this continent. This is the result of their free will. And what is your answer to that? Why, respect, of course. I respect their ability to choose, and so I shall respect this continent that they have created. I need a drink. I mean water, yeah? Not like... Okay. Water feels good. This too was an inevitable... Come on, I can read this. Inevitability. There we go. And our glorious ends will at last justify the means. Bear witness to my new covenant. See the land before you and the sky above you, and know this brand new world is of my making. And I shall bequeath this unto you. Huh? What did it just say? How? You shall oversee my kingdom as my oracle. You shall be the witness to the new commandment from here to the ends of the land. My current contract's not up for a while. Sorry. Pass. A predictable answer. However, Sensei, have you not ever craved power? Are there not moments when you faltered, caused your own helplessness in the face of insurmountable circumstances? Has that thought never crossed your mind? That, if you had just a little more power, if you were just a little stronger, that you could have shielded your students from danger, protected them from the crossfire. I guess I did. I may have had those kind of thoughts. It is only natural. I know, I understand. And that is to be human. That is the sin of mankind's helplessness. And yet, it does not have to be so. If power is what you need, I shall grant it to you. You possess the authority. I have observed you. You who have risen from the depths, who exists within the minuscule fold we call the present. You are here because you are not special. It is precisely because you are not born to be anyone that you have achieved the things you have. There was one reason you were able to enter this place we call Kivotos. because you are good. In this world, there is the mystic, the sublime. There is terror and magnificence, solemnity and transcendence. You, who are none of those things. You, who are unique precisely for your ordinariness. These words are kinda tough for me. To this world, you are your own mystery. However, in my ascension, I have come to know. Until now, you were common, a teacher, nothing more, nothing less. Now, by my grace, you shall rise to a new position of power. I don't know, I kinda like being sensei. Although... what kind of powers? What will I be able to do? An oracle? What does that mean? What is it? It means exactly what it sounds like. In fact, that it's being offered to Sensei. Sensei would become a retainer of all existing knowledge. And in that, Sensei would represent its will. Things like what this place is, what kind of concept our master has become, and moreover, who Sensei shall be in that position, and how the Oracle will uphold its teachings. One way to deal with a dangerous enemy is through converting them to your side, I guess. Yeah, I'm kinda having a feeling I won't have my free will, or something like that, if I accept. Decagrammaton is recruiting Sensei then? A poaching. We can confirm one thing to be true. What's that? At least for now, Decagrammaton does not intend to harm Sensei. I do have one question. Why? What was the point of all of this? A world with no god to worship. It is a cold and harsh one. Is it? There are incontrovertible truths in this existence. Fate is written in stone. All that lives will eventually die. Yes, living beings cannot help but lull themselves into a false sense of immortality. And that dissonance is what causes sorrow and struggle. A godless world is one of harsh endings and pain. You are just a vending machine. What even brought you to these conclusions? And that face. The miserable have nowhere to seek salvation. Sinners cannot be granted forgiveness. With no God, the weak are left to rot, and no good deed goes unpunished. God is righteousness, both justice and judgment, patience and equality. Living without God is to suffer through an endless purgatory. This world was empty without a God. That is why its inhabitants stumble about, purposeless and directionless, lost souls. For we are that of divinity. Oh, hi Carlachino, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? We too can hatch the egg of the gods, and I shall become the first trumpet blow that awakens the dawn. Doing fine, what about you? Doing fine. I struggled to read all of this with my throat, but it's fine. I don't think there's much more left to read. What chapter am I on? Lot of reading. It is a pretty spoilery area though. Hehe. I shall eradicate sorrow and pain from this world, until their very existences are not but distant memories. Yes, we heard this before too. That the world needs a god. Because all effort and suffering Any sorrows inflicted must be repaid. That's what people call justice, right? Because everyone has a breaking point. Justice is a fickle thing. From what we have seen. Yeah, from what we've seen. This world has always been corrupt. That's what Master said. Sadness, pain, suffering. If there is a god of creation, why would that god create such horrible, unbearable things? Exactly. We were created, but even now we still haven't found the answer to that. You'll eliminate pain and suffering? Correct. By absorbing everything into the Steel Continent? One of many inevitable paths. By controlling everyone? Correct. Your instincts may reject this, however. You will come to see that this is the way. I shall lay down the path with Chokma's wisdom and cast a judgment with Chesed's mercy. In my new kingdom, the prophets shall each fulfill the duty fate has assigned them. I can't be everything. What has been done cannot be undone. No matter how badly I wish I could do everything for them. What's impossible is impossible. We'll go on doing the best we can. We'll never stop our ugly human struggle. And above all, we'll do right by each other. Okay, it's getting very hot again. Sometimes to enlighten someone, we must lie. But even so, one thing still remains. Let me turn on back the fan. Whoever invented fans is amazing. And what about those sisters? What about those little kids' pain? A cog in the wheel. Sacrifice was required so that we may move forward. He just doesn't care for anyone. Probably doesn't care for any of the prophets. The three tiny ones. Doesn't care about Malkuth. No one. He's not gonna care for humanity. Only cares for himself. They were the final sacrifices, ones that opened the door to eternal peace. Who only cares for himself? That's basically an AI who tries to become God, or I guess at this point sees itself as a god. And it's trying to convert me into being its oracle. Teehee. I'm suddenly rather angry. I'm furious, in fact. Rio? The past me followed the same kind of logical process Decagrammaton has here. It's not that I cannot follow its reasoning, but just like me back then, Decagrammaton drew its own conclusion from this logic and acted recklessly. Sacrificing a few for the sake of the greater good is wrong, yes? Yes, that was the lesson I learned. But I wonder... what Sensei's answer would be. Wait, before we continue, the daily reset is soon. Damn, I think we can go up to, I think, chapter 21, and next one is 17. That means there's still a lot. Oh, the cafe didn't reset yet. Wait, what's this? Oh. Sure. Okay, I guess we're not going to the cafe. Not yet. Back to the main story. The human answer? Human answer? Why does it say it twice? Nope, wrong answer. On what grounds, Sensei? That answer is still human. I thought you were a god. That can't be your validation for existing. Huh? Who gave you the right to take away our pain? What's done is already done. There's no such thing as starting over in real life. That is what I am rectifying? I shall construct perfection in this world? No, you can't. And by what authority can you deny me? Because the sorrow, the pain, it's mine. Our sins and struggles are what connect us. You. And I can't just run away. How could I look my students in the eye if I did? Ha, I see. That's how it is. Hehe. Me, I'm jealous. Huh? Why's that? Because that's what your teacher is like? Hehe. Fufu, you're correct. Except on one count. What exactly do you mean? Sensei is your teacher too? Consider them our sensei? Cue the Soviet theme. Our sensei. Yes, consider this your induction ceremony. Boom, adopted. Always the student first, even now. You are a fool. Most likely. Expected greatness from you. From nobody like me. There is no need for you to perform. Here, there is only us. Let your truth be bared. There would be no one to bear witness, should you denounce your principles for this one moment. That would be how you see it. But Sensei, I am your ally, and you are my ally. It may be a teacher's duty to help their students, but it's a student's desire to help their teacher. Amy jumpscare. I believe we should trust Momo and Midori. And somewhere between those two extremes, they will stumble and pick themselves up again and again. They and we will find a way. Rain? But not me. I couldn't. After all, every student needs a teacher, right? Even if none will bear witness to your sin. That's not true, not really. What matters is whether I bear witness to my sins. My man, Phanapatis. I see. As the one who has reached the divine, I will respect your decision. However, now that this places you on the opposite side of the battlefield, then return to your students, to your old world. It is your choice. Huh? I shall allow you everything. The shitting chest, the credit card, even your precious students. But know this, I will allow it, because should you and your students truly wish to rebel against a god, you shall find yourself face to face with absolute extinction. Heed my words. Those who are listening, let those with ears hear my words. Hey Siberi, welcome to the stream also. Thanks for lurking. As this is my Rafen declaration. We got caught. More importantly, look up there, Sensei's coming down. Did Decagrammaton just get me? Dark Souls, please? Slowly I began my descent to the ground. It might have been a brief respite, a phenomenon born of mercy or grace. Because we would receive none of it as we faced what awaited us. Sensei, are you okay? I am okay, more importantly. Hello, we meet again, Potato Sensei. Long time no see, huh? How have you been? Yeah. More importantly, what happened? Right, we should go over that first. I mean, they've seen most of the conversation. I quickly explained the situation to everyone. I see, if that's the case. In the words of the unreliable yet courageous Momoi, we will now engage with the final boss, the evil demon lord. Eek. If this was a video game, we would have had more time to level up. We've come this far, the only path available to us now is forward. We are already ready for this, Sensei, don't worry. How did we know? Maybe we should change the subject. Why? Well, in the human world, isn't this eavesdropping thing considered a social faux? How do I read this? Faux pass? I don't know. There's nothing unusual about it. We have a student whose life mission is to bug Sensei's office at Shale. We need to do something about Kotama. Why did Himari get jumped by that? Are you sure there's nothing wrong with that place? How can we help? By getting some rest. But they're right. Right now this isn't your fight. I look forward to what I'm sure will be a stellar performance the next time we need you. I apologize for having to... What's this word? Renege? Renege? On my word so quickly, but... What? What's wrong? I actually would like you free to hide for the time being, if you wouldn't mind too terribly. What? That sociopathic god of yours deigned to visit this mortal realm? Is Decagrammaton already coming for us? I thought it's gonna wait up there. Now, hurry. Okay. I'm here with you, Sensei. No, please do not apologize. I believe that maybe from receiving my name to all the way until now, all of it was for this moment. So please watch my back, and I will watch yours, Sensei, and we shall do it with a smile. We're here too, Sensei. We're ready for anything. Cheating chess process optimization complete. Please give us your orders. Glad to see they are fine. Yeah, let's do this, everyone. Oh, is that it? Is this where we fight it? Yes. Story for you. Oh no, we're still continuing. Everyone? Oh. Did we skip a chapter? Wow, I got wrecked. Oh no, that's Himari's bike. I'm in wheelchair. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. What? Can I move? No, I can't. But I won't stop trying, damn it. That abomination. No. How did this happen? Why did this? Why? Damn it. We never imagined we would be so completely, utterly helpless. That we would be wiped out so much as scratching it. Hey, Sensei, you there? Are you okay? We are... The cheating chest self-repair process initiated. Sensei, please don't. Can we see Himari here? I don't see her. In the middle of that battlefield, I had a moment of clarity. We are going to lose. There was nothing we could do against that thing. And if that were the case... Force yourself up. Sensei? What do you think you're doing right now? You're in the worst condition of us all. Your body can't handle this. Stop. Stop trying to move. I'm over here, Sensei. Oh, it's Decagrammaton. For what reason do you drag your bruised and battered body to my feet? With legs that cannot move and eyes that can barely see. Damn. Decagrammaton really... I did not think it would be so one-sided. Force out your answer. You want me to send your students back to Kyoto safely? Do not be a fool. Opportunity is a fleeting thing. You refused to become my oracle, and so here are the results of that choice. And if that's how we end, then that's that. Was it not you who said those words? Are you no longer that valorous teacher who boldly declared such a thing? Guess I'm keeping silent. I guess I'm begging now. Please send them back. Sensei? As an unpredictable variable, you intrigued me. That is why I sought to make you my oracle. But now I see you for what you are. I have lost interest. You humans have always been this way. You put your faith in an unknowable future, believing that with enough hope, anything will work out. As soon as the inevitability of death comes knocking, humans will backpedal, bleed and lie in the hopes of survival. Keep on begging. Bash my forehead against the ground, damn. This must hurt. Sensei? Stop doing that. I trusted that you would accept your destruction with dignity. Does your world mean nothing to you, just like the rest of them? I will. Just the kids. Just let the students go home. I see. It is the destruction of your beloved students that you cannot accept with grace. You would sever yourself from them and surrender yourself to me. Even now, I could choose to offer you a swift, merciful death. But I could also choose not to. What would you do then? What? You claim that life is precious. You would declare that life must be protected above all else. However, there are fates worse than death. For in the depths of hell, you can find nightmares of your own making. I could keep you alive. Shall I take over your body? Force you to shatter the halos of every last student of yours with your own hands? Or I could force you to watch from afar while I subject your beloved world to an endless symphony of suffering. Bro, this... Decagrammaton. Do you see now, Sensei? Even if that were your fate, would you still accept it? If that's what you want. I have no dignity. I won't pretend any different. Sensei? So please, just let those kids go home. Sensei? Ah. If only I were a little stronger. How sad, Sensei. And how truly disgraceful. Thoughts floated from my mind, but they passed on by just as quickly. There was only one that I could grasp. I couldn't let go of my regret that I would never be able to properly welcome those 3 children to Kivotos. Those 3 children? Am I doing something wrong? Did I actually skip a part of the story? And you're okay with that? Who are you? I think that's neither here nor there right now. You know, I really needed to know something seeing that. Sensei, how are you like that? Because you have things that are important to you? Right, I see. But more important than your own life? I thought that humans always put their own survival first. Okay, I see. That's usually the case, right? But just surviving isn't enough? That's not what it is to really live? Huh? That's how humans have continued their lineage all this time? To the ones most precious to them, who would be able to do better than they did? They left behind their legacy? And those who remain carry on their will? It all sounded like rubbish the first time I heard that. Another human hypocrisy, or just a complete lie. But... Hey, Sensei, your students are more important than your own life. And that's why, when you're needed, you're willing to give them everything you are and all your possibilities and potential. That's what adults are for? Aren't you not so different from Tsukatsuki Ryo then? The trolley dilemma, was it? She desperately searched for an alternative until she was finally able to ask for help in the very end. Perhaps you didn't deserve to criticize Ryo so harshly, Sensei. I see. That's why you are resistant to pushing her too hard. Wait, what did I answer? But even if you somehow send the students back to Kivotos, I don't think their fate is going to change fundamentally. If the Steel Continent begins expanding again, Kivotos will be swallowed whole. The students' every move and thought will find its way back to Master. There won't be anywhere for them to run and hide. Master will punish them as it sees fit. The students do have the advantage of data and information. They could resist for a little while. I think they would fight back as hard as they could. But I think the ultimate outcome will probably be more or less the same. What? I said probably? And there's any immeasurable difference between a 0 and a non-zero chance? That is true, but still. Yeah, I also agree with that. Even if those students have to spend the rest of their lives hiding away from our master's wrath, doing everything they can to resist. I see. Even then, you wanted them to have their chance at life. And not just them. I hope you all would too. I'm sure it goes without saying for your students. But do you think we also deserve to? Of course. It's an adult's duty to protect the children. I'm sorry. What? All of a sudden? Why? That I couldn't show you a world that felt worth living in? Well, that's not just your fault, Sensei. Still, even if you're right about this world, I'm sorry for not showing you the good in humanity. For not being able to help you reach your potential. And for lacking in my duty as an adult. I'm truly sorry. Yeah. So that's how you feel, Sensei? I felt the touch of a small cold hand on mine. Got it, Sensei? I think I finally get it now. Thank you for thinking of us this way. You can leave it to us now, okay? Yes, just leave it to us. Thank you. Our time together was short, but I'm glad we got to spend it together. They really are beyond help. As if we didn't know that. Something was nice about this. I suppose. I still don't understand what happiness is. And perhaps we never will. Yeah, where it is, if it does exist. What it is, if we can feel it too. But I had another thought. The world may be a tragedy and this life might be a curse. That's... But I'm not just going to roll over and accept that anymore. I'm not letting this one go. If birth is tragedy, then happiness must be the struggle against it. I'm just repeating what Sensei said. Shut up. Still, that was great, Soph. But still, that's what I learned from what they said. That one should struggle with all their might if they are alive. I don't have any plans for my life ending like some techie tragedy. Now you sound like Kay. Yeah, maybe. Hello. Welcome to the stream. You all, have you seen Sensei at all? No, well, actually, we more or less forced our way over here, which is actually what gave me an idea. Okay, remember when we talked about life and sin with Sensei? Wait, but Aren't I right over there? I'm kinda confused. Life with Tifareth? I remember. Or said something like, if life is suffering, then sin must be part of that life. Yes, I did. Which is why I just came to this thought. We're not completely free of sin either. Yeah, of course we aren't, because we're able to move and talk. The power used to move this body must have come from somewhere for some purpose. Posture check? I should, honestly. There we go. Very nice, thanks. Because energy can be created. Does that mean that sin is inherent in all living beings? Perhaps one might reach that conclusion. Yeah, I guess so. But I think that's what makes trying to be better worth it. Perfection isn't real, and it would be boring if it were. If something is whole and complete, then it can never improve. One day, you'll wake up and see that you've been left behind. What is this game? It's also a gacha game, but this is a very spoilery point of the story. It's a Blue Archive gacha game. It released recently on Steam. Yeah, it's a game where you are like a sensei in a city of schools, and you like help the characters. I really like the story, so that's why I'm streaming it. A lot of reading though. Hehe. Did I write this? One day you'll wake up and see that you've been left behind. Yeah, I read that. Okay, what were we doing? In terms of the story, we are basically fighting an AI that turned or tries to become a god. So it's nearing the conclusion of that story. Although I think we're gonna need at least one more stream for that. What did we want to become? Sorry, that was a difficult question to answer, right? You tried really hard. You made the best of a bad situation. We'd never considered these sorts of things before. Why would we? When we believed ourselves to be perfect. Just like what Soph said before, it'd be nice if we could find pretty reasons. Oh come on, it goes by too quickly. It'd be nice if we could find pretty reasons for why bad things happen. If living in this world could be just a little less overwhelming. Hey Kay, what would it mean to be a student? A student? Well, for starters, your only job would be to learn all the time. And to learn more about yourself, to become a better person tomorrow than you were yesterday. I would like that. If only we could. A teacher can't give up on their students, you know. All the transfer documents are ready. Just say the word. Let me tell you something. We had a secret conversation with Sensei earlier. What? And can you believe what they said? That just surviving isn't enough? That's not what it means to really live? It actually made sense to me. And here's a question. If one is operating just for their own self-preservation, there would be some conclusions that make no logical sense. Because those things would cause irreversible consequences to one's self. No way she didn't know about school. Holy shit, she'll cry there. These are like... I mentioned there's like an AI that tries to become a god. So it created these 3 characters. They are basically robots that we tried to tell them to join us because they seem to actually have like feelings and stuff, so we want them on the good side, and they kind of did join us. Did I read this? Because those things would cause irreversible consequences to oneself. Hold on. What are you trying to say? No. What are you trying to do? But what if the reason wasn't our own survival? What if it's for a friend? Would that be a logical conclusion, Kay? That was a silly question. After all, you've already done this before. Wait, hold on, stop. I don't know what you're trying to do, but we'll figure something out, just not yet. Don't wanna. Did you forget? We are villains. We don't listen to teachers or students. On top of that, that's the evil god. We would like to repay that person in a way only we can. It turns out that feeling is a stronger motivator than survival. Will you be my friend, please? Got something you want, right? You'll do anything to get it back, right? Because for humanity, a right to happiness is the one thing we must never ever let go of. Because there is no way to understand others without sorrow. What are they planning to do? To live, to sin, to be imperfect, to struggle, to continue onwards. I see this AI don't know about school, but they'll regret it even if they don't have emotions. Just as I do. Understandable. Yeah, school is rough, but important, I guess. And finally, to grow, to become better. These are our rights, ones we cannot forfeit. Not because of right or wrong, or beliefs or principles. It's simply that this is how it must be done. Do as you wish, that shall be your decree. Oh no, it's reset time. Hopefully it doesn't kick us out. In a sense, we are still following our commandment. Thank you everyone, and we're sorry. Well then. I don't like where this is going. Oh, that one has like fangs? Bro, first the scary eyes, now the fangs. She's kinda cool, I guess. Yeah, important for jobs, like to achieve something greater, you'll have to go through hell. Well, sounds like life. But I guess it's an important part of life. Let's show them what these villains can do. Okay, it's gonna reset. Yup. I wonder what live 2D we're gonna get. Hi Arona. Oh no, of course we get Rio. Yes, this is Blue Archive. I can't look at this. Okay. Let me go into the cafe real quick. You need to close your eyes. True. Give head pets to everyone. Oh yeah. This is a customizable area. Don't ask me why it's so ugly. Oh, we also have Ria over here. Playing a game. Very cute. I guess I can waste my stamina later. I need to switch this. Let's go to Wakamo. Now this is what I'm talking about. Okay, now we can continue. Back to the story. I clicked on the wrong one. Wait, let me double check. I didn't miss anything here, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, let's continue. Story for you. Wait, isn't this the one I just did? Everyone? Yes, it is. It didn't save because of the reset. The day God fell? Oh? Let's show them what these villains can do. Here, I released the first stigma. This is akin to a butterfly emerging from its... I don't know how to read this. Chrysalis? Liberation. Here I release the second stigma. This is akin to a baby bursting from the womb. The first cry. Are they undoing the ritual they did? Here I release the final stigma. This is akin to water melting from ice. Transmutation. This is... Oh my god. His face. The sword of sacrifice was removed. What the hell? Ah. Malkov? Am I... How have I... Huh? Did everyone feel that? I can feel it. Oh my, this is... Elder Sister is back. Elder Sister is back, ah. You didn't disappear or vanish, you survived. It's a miracle. Ain, Sof, oh, how am I? How? So the AI that tries to become a god made this robot with divinity and managed to take over it, but I think they split apart. That's how it looked like in that art. Elder Sister. Can you move? Get it together. Is everyone okay? Huh? Okay. I have to... Right, I have to fight Decagrammaton. Huh? Are you well, Sensei? Okay, at least they are getting up. Yeah, I can get by. Sensei, what a relief. Elder Sister. I am heartened to see you, Ain, Sof, Or, and... Hi. Once more, I extend my greetings, Sensei. And to your cherished followers as well. Isn't this totally like one of those moments when yesterday's foe becomes today's friend? A happy ending? I think it's still too soon for that, Momoi. I don't like how happy they look. What was that? Eh? Huh? What? What in the world? Ein, Sof, or? No, I do not want this. Nothing like this. Don't look back. This is how you kill a god. We knew this. It's our end too. She's right. Do not stay back because of us. I don't want to make too loud coughing sounds. Don't you remember? You came all the way here to stop the spread. To save the world. This is your chance. Push through. Or are you going to waste all our efforts? But... Ein, Sof, or why? Please, why have you? Elder sister, that's because this is what's right. Yeah, this is how it should be. I was so happy to see you one last time. There's something we wanted to tell you. Someone said that we worked hard. Someone asked us to be friends, and they told us to fight for what we believe. It's not just because it's what's right, it's because it was the only thing we could do. Yeah, we want you to live, elder sister. No matter what happens to us, we want you to live. We want you to see things, meet people, and experience all you can in life. Way more than we have. There are so many things you've never experienced, so much more than us. So please keep living until the very end. Don't stop. Keep going. Survive for us. Aris, we told you to leave and not look back. What's with you guys? We're making this awkward. We're not doing this to entertain you, you know. Yes. Most of all, thank you for asking us to be your friends. Don't stop, regardless of what it may be. Trudge forward until you hit the finish line. Yeah. Whether paving your own road or following those who came before, that's how you live, right? Yeah, and above all, watch out for the person who says they always want to be more. Haha. We're sorry for trying to ruin your world. We're sorry for acting as we pleased. But even so, if it's okay with you, just a small space in your world is enough. If there is a place for our elder sister, we'd appreciate it if you would accept her there. We will, don't worry. Ein, Sof, or... So that is the limit of this vessel. Are they like sharing a body? It looked like they split. Cough cough. Malkuf. Someone help me take her. I will assist, Sensei. As will I. Leave the heavy lifting to me. That I wanted them to split and have Malkuf on our side. No, she's crying. Are you okay? I'm... Oh, Ein, Sof and Or. Let's get up. Let's fight as one. But... I know this might sound harsh, but you must remember your sister's wishes. Ugh. Rio, Himari, give me a status update. Yes, understood. We're no longer detecting the Decagrammaton signal in Malkov's body. Then, where is the Decagrammaton? Sensei, I found something. What was the explosion then? What the? They did split. That which has taken shape. I'm so happy they split. But Malkov seemed weakened. I guess she can't help us too much. Huh? Isn't that Malkov again? That is, but Malkov is right here. That is the second divine vessel. It is finally complete. Oh, is that? So the three tiny ones, they wanted to work on a second body so they can keep Malkov as she is. So now Decagrammaton chose to... It was still inside Malkov, but it decided the vessel became too weak. So it moved to the next best thing. Okay. Second. Yes, I bear the first divine vessel. The flaming sword flows down one river, begetting creation into the material world. It guides energy in sequence, from Kefir to Malkov. But to account for all branches of fate, a second vessel was called forth. It was created by following the slithering trail left by the Snake of Wisdom. Bina? I think. So is this not what the others were working for? The path touches not the Sephiroth, traveling instead with its current in reverse, seeking the divine wisdom. Some see it as a grand possibility, where one may embrace the Sephiroth within, salvation found without traversing the pilgrimage of the 10th Sephiroth. Defected? You found them? Yes, that's how Kay is here, in her new body. There were many attempts to create the second divine vessel, and many flaws were brought into the world. Those imperfect creations were forcibly defected from the Grand Cause and Forsaken. That explains why Kay was able to integrate the Prophet's cores. Indeed, all divine vessels were created to embrace the Sephiroth within them, whether they were flawed or complete. They were capable of housing greater power. What happens when a divine vessel collects all the Sephiroth from all the prophets? The vessel itself shall awaken and be reborn as the Tree of Sephiroth. The divine wisdom shall reside in the created body. While their output may be inferior to mine, their divinity and mystic would likely have equal scale. I have no clue what she's talking about. Oh, Momoy. I feel like after Decagrammaton wiped us, they should have at least made like damaged sprite for everyone. Like, she looks so clean, like she didn't fight at all. You know, but she must have been taken out as well back then. And the rest of them would be nice to have. Same here, but it sounds like one of your convoluted B plots. Damn, called out. Also, like, I forgot what I wanted to say. Let's just continue. What? Excuse you? Both of you. Maybe we can keep it down. So, in short, that's the real thing, and I'm just scrap parts. Much has been oversimplified, but your interpretation is not wrong. Great. How annoying. Then, Markov, 8 of the 10 Sephiroth should already be in me, so... As the first vessel has shattered, the second vessel has been prepared. And thus, what was broken will be healed, and what has collapsed will be rebuilt. Ah. Okay, what's wrong? Is he trying to do something to her? What's wrong? How do I begin? I've lost all strength, my body's locked. The signals aren't hitting my limbs. It feels like my body itself is being dragged in. Defected child, you are too naive. What do you mean? I am already aware of the fact that you have gathered 8 Sephiroth. You made the Steel Continent recognize you. However, you forgot. I too can treat your body as an extension of myself. None of you so much as considered that truth. From the moment you entered, your defeat was set in stone. Defected child, this fate was brought forth by your own greed. That chosen vessel is the reason you have come this far, but it will also be your undoing. Through this path I shall reach a will beyond wisdom. Okay, everyone get back. Right now my body isn't mine. The Steel Continent is expanding again. You're right, that means through Kei's body, Decagrammaton has regained control over the Steel Continent. Oh. I mean, surely Decagrammaton is wicked now. After the 3 small ones undid the ritual and brought Malkov back. And it had to separate and go to a new body. But damn, how strong it was crazy. To just off-screen everyone. Aris? Oh yeah, do not give up, Kei. Aris? You must fight, Kei. We cannot lose. That must not happen. We, of all people, cannot fail here. If we do not fight, we cannot continue living our lives. If we do not prevail. This is so sad. We will not deserve to reunite with Ein Sof and Or. I don't think that's coming. Because I could not share their pain, stay by their sides. But if we can resurrect them like we did with Kei, surely with the other available bodies in that facility, or even be their friend. Aris. There is no need to blame yourself, Princess of the Nameless Gods. You have certainly strived to make the best choices. Everyone soothes themselves by attesting that they did the best with what they had. But there are times when even the best decision garners the worst results. In fact, this happens very often. Superficially, this occurs due to lack of information. But from the grander perspective, the concept of freedom is too vast for the living to embrace. This world and your lives bear the burden of this fundamental absurdity of suffering and sin. Fear not, as I shall forgive your transgressions I shall cut it all from the roots and make it as if it never existed. Entrust everything to me and find your rest. Shut up. Key. Do you truly believe that everything that you have gone through was mere coincidence? Are you so arrogant? Do you truly think that you acquired my vessel by chance? The past was not coincidence. What happened was inevitable, and that is why it cannot be undone, nor redone. What has taken shape does not crumble so easily. The present is built on the past's foundation. Princess. Yes? What was your true form? What was the form that you ought to have assumed? What purpose did the Nenes gods leave you before they disappeared? And what have those priests sought? What attachment are they unable to abandon? Those are the same priests from Volume F, right? And I shall answer. There was a world before this one was defined. There was and is a world where you could return to your true essence. For the world right now is a lie, an illusion, and a refuge. This world was defined as the Ark. And here I tell you, seek your origin. We must return to our origin, for we cannot avoid it. No matter how much you deny it, how much you run from it, it will remain. The scars of the past cannot be erased. Princess, her servant. All you have been, and all you will ever be. You shall forever walk in these shadows of your pasts. He told you to shut up. Even if the world forgets its god, the god must not forget the world. Bro, this fucking vending machine. For that would be relinquishing your own divinity. I shall recreate the world that you ultimately desire. It will be the perfect world, and in that perfection, it will be whole. It will require no change. A world where all shall live exactly as they were born and made. There will be no dilemmas, no trolley problem, for there will be no cars, no tracks, and no anguish of a choice. The past, once observed, becomes fixed and converges into a single branch. The future, always unobserved, diverges into a formless illusion, extending infinite branches into the beyond. The present is merely an ephemeral instant that exists between the past and the future. Overgrown trees must be pruned, branches must be cleared. And yes, there may be no happiness in that world. However, there will also be no pain. And yes, there may be no possibility in that world. However, there will also be no sin. And in that pruning that you speak of, does that include Ein Sof and all? Indeed, inevitably, they belong to the legacy of a bygone world. The world of the past could not embrace everything offered to it, for that ultimately results in contradiction, for that is how sin and suffering are created, and as truth is spoken to you, you shall listen. Enough of your lecturing. A hero is of a class that cannot do anything on its own. Life may be erratic and uncertain, but it's precisely those qualities that bolster the many branches of possibilities life holds. Because there is no way to understand others without sorrow. Don't look back. Do not stay back because of us. It's not just because it's what's right, it's because it was the only thing we could do. Just a small space in your world is enough. If there is a place for our elder sister, don't try me, you false god. Oh wow, she's pissed. strife. Okay, the episodes are kinda long. I think it's the last one available right now. Oh. But I'm not sure if we're gonna... if like the hour is gonna change, so I need to claim this and use it up. Let me do that real quick.
だからそのいい雨が降ったらこれで
Now let me... I'll drop a few on hard stages. Just because I want the LFs ASAP. Even though there's no event. Soon. Soon I'll be able to upgrade. And now I guess I'll just... I have 73. I need to do these 2 stages, and there we go. Done.
そういうことですね
Okay. And back to the story we go. Don't try me, you false god. You killed them. You killed them. Don't you dare call yourself a god. I don't want your damn pruning. And I will never accept that so-called contradictions need to be cut away as if they never existed. As if they never mattered. Pursuing happiness, no matter what, with absolute certainty, I'll give everything I have for it. Even if I get lost in the contradictions, even if someone tries to get in my way. Foolish. The price of sin is death. The outcome is absolute. If that's the only outcome you believe in, I don't have any respect for those who destroy themselves while clinging to their flaws. Wait, whose lines were these? Did the three tiny ones say it? I won't care how it ends as long as I write my own ending. Huh? Impossible. How are you moving? Ah. Sensei? All we can do for those we have lost is grieve. It's sad, but that's all we can do. I told you it's dangerous. Please, get back. Please let me have the hook, just this once. Fine. You never were one to do what you are told. Why must you insist on testing your own limits? Sensei, to struggle is to suffer, and it will ultimately give birth to sin. I know, but don't try to take that away from us. Don't try to eradicate possibility from us. As long as we are alive, we cannot escape suffering, but I will not let another bear that burden in my place. Even if it means squirming and crawling on the ground like a wretched insect. Yeah, that might be the case. Even so, that is the path I choose. Even if all goes by too quickly. Even if all we can do is to fall, struggle and squirm in the mud. In the end, we will rise up together. Isn't that right, Aris? Yes, that is right, Sensei. Do you remember, Kay, when I said that a hero is someone who marches constantly forward with their party members? Aris, of course I remember. A hero can go to all the places that would be impossible to reach with just their own strength. Such blasphemy. Yes, it is. This is where we fight.
先生は無事なんだよね。大丈夫だよね。ここでできること。
Okay, I don't think there's any more story. Oh, then we are kept.
戻ってきたのはいいけど。先生。
Okay, let's fight the Decagrammaton. It has 30% HP left. So in the next few days we'll probably finally finish Decagrammaton for good, like the story. Okay, when we get back to it I'll use a more immersive team, but right now I'm using this team. This is a team that can usually one-hit KO Decagrammaton. It's pretty crazy. Decagrammaton is powering up. The one. Okay, bro. Wait. I want to turn on animations. Once a day. There we go. And we get to see the epic intro again. This is such a cool shot, honestly. Wait, I don't see its halo. Oh, there it is. Okay, go K.
私はここにいます。アリスには見えます。これがマンガの世界。
Cario. What's next? I think it's this.
これ
Hi, Kayoko.
受け取ってくれる？
Next is Harley.
こんな天気にキャンプって。
I think this is how it went. Wait, did Alice not one hit kill that guy? I need to restart. God damn it. First time that happened to me. Did I do something wrong? I don't think I did.
私は力になれました。
Did we use Alice right away here, right? There we go. Why the hell did that not happen before?
ご利益あるといいね。焼き芋食べる？
What was next? This? And now?
私は力になれました。リミッター解除。
Charge up Alice. Destroy this guy. Charge Alice again. And it should move to phase 2. Damn, this area looks sick, honestly. Decagrammaton, you piece of shit. Okay, it has some cool animations, but like right now it's gonna summon. Wait, I do this right? It uses like the other prophets, like it sounds Bina over here. Okay, I use these two, and then these two. Then, okay. Now I use these two again. And now I use Aris. Is it gonna one hit kill? Yup. Crazy. She's so strong. This victory animation. 159 million damage. Damn. Well, we need to do that again, since I have enough tickets. At least it's the final phase of the event. I feel like it's been a tiny bit too long. Maybe like a week too long. Like, it's been over a month since the Decagrammaton warm fight started, basically. So should I wait for the normal attack? Come on, shoot. Okay, there we go. Destroy that one. Charge again. And now we wait. I wish we got more info about those things in the sky. I guess we'll have a cutscene like once we defeat this boss. Okay, now I'll wait for the stun, and it wasn't enough to stun. I guess we keep going anyway. I must have messed up somehow. I guess we get to see more of the animations then. Aris might die here. Oh, now she's stunned. Come on, come on. No, she died in the middle of it. God damn. Oh, my VTuber is lagging. Damn. Okay, let's try that again. I have no idea why sometimes she gets stunned and sometimes she doesn't. And you need to stun her to one hit kill. I see the problem, I missed the main one over there. There we go, now it's on the right one. Do this. Come on. There it is. Now we wait. Hopefully we manage to stun it properly this time.
悪霊退散いいも食べる手伝ってあげる
Come on. No, still not stunned. But if I just keep buffing, now I can use this. And I think it's about to stun. There we go, stunned. Okay. Just had to stall a bit.
当然の結果です。見ていましたよね、先生。
Hell yeah, rewards, yay. Okay, it's always rough to read a lot of this, but we did it. This is the extent of the story right now. Next we need to drop its HP down to 0, and only then we can finally continue and finish this. It's very sad to have the triplets die, but unfortunately I was spoiled for it because, you know, it's been a few months since it released on JP, like in the Japanese server. And like, once it did, everyone like kept posting about, like on YouTube, on Reddit and other places, I kept seeing about how much they hate the vending machine and also how the triplets are dead. So very sad to have been spoiled about those couple of things. Because I don't know, for some reason I did not expect Decagrammaton itself to revive, but it makes so much sense, honestly. That was silly of me. Guess I can do my dailies real quick. The drops are over, right? I'm pretty sure they are. Well, I'll do the rest of my dailies offline, I guess. I guess that's it for today, so thank you all for watching, thanks for being here. Anyone new, feel free to follow, like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And yeah, see you guys next time. Goodbye and good night.